Thank you guys again for tuning into the Painful Truth. This is your host Johnny. Again, I would like to say thank you guys to the subscribers, to the viewership, and what's it called, the likes, the comments, the feedbacks we've been getting. Right now we are 4K. We appreciate, like I said, every kind of support that we're getting from you guys. Continue doing what you guys are doing. And if you guys are newcomers, welcome to the channel. We try to discuss about anything and everything. But this week I'm bringing back. If you want to introduce yourself.
Well, everybody already know me. My name is Victoria Johnson. I am a family advocate and a founder of a nonprofit organization called Families United for Self-Empowerment.
All right. Well, thank you again for coming back. I mean, you're smart. She's picky about when she's coming back, because she doesn't want to get grilled, so she choose when to come back.
I don't know about that.
That's what it is. Off camera, she was talking smack about how I grilled her last time. So, but what's it called? So, with the family advocate, because I think we spoke about it a little bit last time. And then because I know you got a program that what's it called, you're planning to do. If you want to go up, talk about it and the dates and what is it gonna do and how it could help the kids and all that. So
Yeah, so we have an event coming. It's called Back to School Connect, and it's a wonderful back to school. We wanted to do something that's different, that has not been done before, and the purpose was to ask ourselves is what is it that we want to achieve, and so we wanted to make sure that we meet the needs of our kids, and so we decided to put this event together, and I am so happy that I have a great team.
sure.
When I first came up with this, Back to School Connect, oftentimes you come with the idea, people look at you like, are you sure? Has this been done before? But I'm a person who believes, well, it's never been done. Now we're going to do it, right?
Yep.
And so the Back to School Connect is going to be all about providing support services for kids and giving the service to kids there. We have pediatric partners.
Okay.
They're going to be there and they're going to do a free screening for kids who might need early speech or anything like that, that they can give their professional opinion and recommendations for families that might otherwise have to wait for probably months and months to go get some kind of like that assessment done. So they'll be there. We have family health care that's going to be there and provide sports physical for kids who wants to play sports but might otherwise not have that opportunity because you have to pay sports physical, right?
Correct.
And so not every parent can afford that, even though some people think, oh, it's only $50. But when you have a mom, that a single parent, let me say, that has 3 kids or 4 kids and all wants a sports physical and it's $50 each, well, that's expensive. They're
It
not
adds
gonna
up
take.
quickly.
Yeah, it adds up. So what happens to that kid, right? That the opportunity just slipped.
Correct.
So we want to be able to provide that opportunity for those kids. So we're going to provide the free sports physical, so those kids can come in and get the free sports physical. So when they go back to school, remove that barrier. That's the whole thing. Try to remove some of the barriers we can for those youth. And so we're gonna have a sports physical there. We're gonna have also school supplies.
Okay.
So we'll have some backpacks with school supplies. We're gonna have some toothbrush, toothpaste, and just accessory things that kids might need just to remove some of those barriers and lift some of those weight off of those parents. So we're really excited about this. It's going to be on August 22nd
Okay.
from 4 p.m. to 7 at the Jefferson Elementary, which is just right off 4th Street, so it's not far away. So we're kind of excited. We hope people come out and just come in, and we'll have the school will be out there too, also helping families that might have difficulty registering kids in school because they don't have access to internet. So they'll be out there helping families register for school and answer any questions they might need, and also help families that might qualify for free and reduced lunch, so they can actually be able to help them apply for that as well. And also there's a program for internet that you can get a free internet through, I believe it's a federal type of grant or a program, but the school is going to also help family apply for that. So we wanted to make sure we were strategically smart on who we bring into this event. So we don't have a lot of organization that's going to be out there. We just have a small amount of organization that are going to be there with the purpose that they're going to provide a direct service to family. Yeah.
So with that, So is that available to like all student or all everybody, or how does that go as far as like people that are gonna be
So this event specifically is targeting all Fargo Public School students.
okay?
So we're not will not be for West Fargo students. I'm sorry, because we do provide support services for kids in West Fargo, but this event we wanted to target more of Fargo Public School kids.
Okay.
So this event will be for all Fargo Public School students,
Okay.
regardless of where they live. As long as they're a student within Fargo Public School, they should be able to get free supplies and get free access to the sports physical and all the services that will be provided.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. What was the motivation? Because I think you spoke about it a little bit. But what was the motivation or like the thing that got you to want to pursue this thing?
Well, so as a family advocate, I work with a lot of youth. And so I have boys of my own. So I have two boys that both play sports.
Okay.
And so one time I was driving one of my kid who play basketball, I'm driving him home. I usually take his friend with. And I asked him, I was like, "Oh, how come, where's your friend today?" And he said, "Oh, he couldn't get his sports physical, so he couldn't come in today." And so, and I thought, okay, he couldn't get a sports physical. So I kind of, dig a little bit more. Kids, they don't like questions.
Correct.
So I decided to, find a way and talk to that kid. Find out, the kid couldn't just get the sports physical because, parents, mom, it's a single mom, could not get time to go get the sports physical. And there was some barriers that was going on as well.
Correct.
And so when I thought about that, and I thought, if a kid like that is going through something, and he was brilliant, he was so good at basketball, I watched him, right? And so I was like, if a kid like that is going through that, basketball is his goal, it's his dream, or it could potentially be something he wants to do professional.
Correct.
And that is just being rubbed away, right? And
Correct.
so I thought about how many other kids like him it's around that just never talk, right?
Correct.
So that really motivates me. A lot of my events or anything I do, it's usually from working with family and getting to ask the questions. And then I think of, okay, if this person is going through this, how many are there more?
That's true.
And so then that usually gives me an idea of how can I collaboratively work with other agency and be able to create something that's going to benefit the people. Not just because you want to do something, but the question is, what is the intent and how is somebody going to benefit from it?
That's true.
And it's always, to me, is the youth. That's my main goal, is the kids.
Okay. So then it's like obviously this will be like the first annual thing. You looking into doing this like a yearly thing?
We'll
Or
see how.
is that the goal or
We'll see. I already have somebody, people asking me. I I had another organization. It's like, when you do this next year, can we be part of it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I had so many organizations reaching out to me, but I was like, I don't want to say yes to you guys at this time because we want to focus, with just the people we have right now, those partners we have right now. I just
Correct.
want to focus with them. But we'll see how it turn out. If we get the results we need, that's a potential. That's a
Alright, so
potential
based
of us doing it every year. But we'll see. It will take a lot of convincing because it costs money too. So it costs money, and so I have to make sure that I can get the right people to open up their checkbook and write a check.
Yeah, that is true. So
You
yeah,
know?
that's the main thing to do anything
Yep.
yearly and whatnot. So
Yep.
so yeah, what's it called? With the students. So is that like the other things that you also do like during the school time to help like with the kids like after school, or just
No, we don't do after school programs or anything like that. That's something in the future, we might think about it. I have some ideas which I will not share yet until, because I'm a creative. I have a creative thinking, and I'm always thinking
Yep.
of how to break down the barriers for kids. And so that's something, I'm not ruling it out, but something, we'll take it into consideration. But right now, we just work with families and provide them support they need and kind of help them navigate the system and how to navigate and access services. So that's what we're sticking on to right now. But we'll see how things go.
Okay, so in a sense of like what do you say also this like more into like in the assistant of say new immigrants to the United States, or how do you go about as far as like the support, or is it like everybody?
Our organization work with everybody. We don't have a specific group that we target. We work with everybody. I have clients that are white. I have clients that are native. I have clients that are new Americans. I have clients that are Black American.
Correct.
So my goal is never to turn away a family just because of their race or how they look like. My goal is, if a family reach out to us and say, "Hey, I need help. I'm going through this." The last thing I ask is, "Are you Black? Are you white?" All I ask is like, "Okay, let's sit down and find out what's going on and how can we help you."
Okay.
That's what we do.
Oh, okay, yeah. The reason why I asked, because I just wanted to make sure it's like everybody understand it's not just New American way. Because when people hear assistant, it's like, oh, it's just only one group.
Oh
that
no.
need help, So it's
Nope,
like,
nope,
so
nope,
that's
nope.
the reason why.
Yeah, no, that is a stigma that, it means people make that assumptions that when they hear something you're providing for free or you're doing something, they automatically assume is for a poor new American or
Correct.
Black person
Correct.
but it's not. The
Correct.
thing is, in my personal opinion and my profession is that a child should be a child. Race should never play that
Correct.
role when it comes to a kid needing help. So that's something I just don't look into. I don't see race when it
Okay.
comes to that.
Okay. Well, that's just the only. I just needed to clarify. So also that. So for the audience, it's like that people don't think it's just like, oh, okay, it's just
Yep.
specific
Nope.
to
Nope. Nope. Not at all.
one group or one,
Nope.
race or something.
And
like
that's
that.
why we say the Back to School Connect is for all Fargo Public School students. So if you're white, you're Black, you're native, I don't care where you are and who you are.
Yep.
You need the help and you just have that barrier and you think this can help your family, this can help the child, can lift some weight off of you as a parent.
Yeah.
We ask that you come because this is the purpose and this is the reason why we want to do this, to provide the support services and help break down some of those barriers.
Okay. And what was like the challenges behind because you know how we're talking about the opening the checkbook and what and decide what was the challenging behind that and like to get, because it's one thing to get somebody to want to help, but it's also because in a sense sometimes sponsors just throw the logos, but then the sponsors throw money behind it. So what was the challenges behind trying to explain that you have an idea and I want you to use your money to fund this idea?
So I had a coffee with somebody, you know what I mean? And I know they had a checkbook. And so I had a coffee and I throw this idea at them and they kind of looked at me and say, "Is this something that's been done before?" And I was like, "No, but just think of how brilliant this will be."
Yeah.
And they kind of looked at me like, "Okay, Victoria, you always come up with this just ideas out of the box." And so they kind of like, "Let's talk about something different." I was like, "That's okay," you know what I mean? So and then I came back to it.
Yeah.
And then what I did is like, I know I already had their curiosity because, the thing is that, during the conversation, they went back and asked me because I'm doing another project, right?
Yeah.
And they were very interested in that project. So I was like, okay, if you're interested in that project, I want you to be interested
So
in
this-
both.
yeah.
So now I'm going to get you both.
Correct.
And so what I did is I went back and I, met with my team and I tell them about it. They looked at me like, I like challenge. So when people say no to me,
That's a good
I'm going to
thing.
prove you're wrong,
Yeah,
right?
no,
That's
it's a
me,
good thing, yeah. No, it's always a
And
good
so
thing.
I went in and I put in a proposal and I sent it to this person. And so I knew that I had to convince other people around that person to support this. And I did. And so when they saw it, when they saw the proposal, they're like, "This is brilliant. We like this." And so I kind of give them two proposals for my project and proposal for this at the same time.
Yeah.
And it was both good idea. And so they're like, "Well, we want you to kind of do the main project." I was like, "No, I want to do the small project first." And so that just opened a checkbook. And then after we published the flyer,
Yep.
and it's on Facebook and it's, we're advertising it. I had an organization that reached out to me and, we just were talking. They're like, "Tell us about you and your organization." I was just telling them literally 20 minutes. That's how conversation was.
Yeah.
20 minutes. After I get off the meeting, an hour later, this reached out to me and sent me an email. They're like, "We're sending you a check for this amount of money for this event."
Yeah.
Just like that.
Was that the
No
one he said?
question asked.
Was that the one he said was anonymous?
It was just-
I mean, is that the one that said?
No, that's not that one.
Oh,
It was
okay.
totally different one. It
Oh,
was just
okay.
like out of nowhere. It was like, "We're sending you a check," and I thought, I'm not gonna believe you until I actually see the
it.
check.
Yeah.
And then 3 days later, I went and checked my mail, and there is a check, and I was like, God bless you.
Yeah.
You
No.
know, I mean, it was because I really was needing that amount, exact amount.
Oh, so
And
basically,
it was one of those things. You know, I am a strong believer that if you truly have a good intention and your heart is pure, God opens the door and answer your prayer.
Correct.
And that evening I was sitting, you know, I was writing down the budget, and the thing I said, I was like, gosh, I'm this amount short. How am I gonna come up with this amount? You know what I mean? I need this amount. And then the next day, this meeting happened, and within the next day, literally they send me the exact amount I wanted. It's not crazy.
tell them if they still be writing checks. I would like one. I got a lot of ideas I could use a check. I don't.
Yeah. It was good. I think God just answered my prayer, and you know,
Yeah. Okay.
and
So
but I'm excited for it.
yeah, no, I'm definitely excited for that, and the opportunity to, like I said, be able to
Yeah.
help the kids either like with the pictures and whatnot. The family just do mini something that
Yeah.
they could either keep it for themselves or later on come to the studio and want to do actually family photos. So
Mhm.
it's just something that they could use. Because as we were saying about like the school pictures and whatnot, some can afford it, some cannot.
Yeah,
So it's
and
like some you want to keep, but some you cannot. What's it called?
afford it.
Afford
Yeah.
to bring it. So
Yeah. And yeah, I think, and that's one thing I really appreciate with you, saying, hey, you know what, I will do this, and here's some of the things I'm willing to, collaboratively work together and do. So I think I'm gonna hold you to that. You should never, just like I tell people, don't open your checkbook to me because
yeah.
I see the dollar amount, I'm gonna come. So you open that door when you say you're gonna help kids who cannot afford to take a picture at school. You open a door. I don't know if you know.
I knew because I remember there's times I was I think we took I want to say my sophomore. You know what? I dislike everybody that I knew in school now because they
Hey,
lied
I'm
to me.
sitting next to you.
Yeah, you one of them. You know why? Because whenever I took a school picture, right? You remember how my teeth used to be?
I know.
So,
We used to tease you
oh
about
my
it.
god! So anytime I took my pictures, they would tell me to smile. So then I don't know. Maybe God was looking out for me. Like I had a photo from like 6th grade, no 7, all the way to my senior year. And then when I looked at my teeth, I said, "Who lied to you to smile?" like literally, my teeth was popping up like a vampire, like this top one and this.
But the thing is, though, you were so cute. You were like
But-
the littlest kid in the
but-
entire high school. You're
but
like that
still-
small.
But still, you don't lie to that kid. That's a bully.
You were like so small. We were like pass you by and be like, hi, light, and you just like with your backpack and you just walk past by. It was cute.
Yeah,
It's
but no, they lie to me. Like every year, I'll be like, okay, you ready? I was like, yes. I'm like, and then I look back, I was like, wow, they did me wrong.
But look at you now.
Hey, God bless me. I woke up one day and my teeth straight this up. It's like, hey, I'm not complaining. So, hey, to those girls back at high school that didn't like me, I'm available. I'm just kidding. But yeah, what's it called? Again, like I said, I appreciate what you're doing with like, especially with the communities and with your organization and the reason behind it and why you started and all that. And then also how can they go about like for future things if they want to find out like what you're doing? Do you have like a site that way you put things there?
Yeah, we have a Facebook. We're very active on our Facebook. And so anybody can go on our Facebook and they can go to Families United for Self-Empowerment on Facebook and they can find us easily and, reach out to me directly in there, reach out to any of us. My board members are very active and I'm really grateful for them. And so they can reach out to us that way, or they can just follow our page and go see what we're doing and what kind of events we have going on. And yeah.
Cool. So my thing is that because I was always with the nonprofit and obviously having your own thing, what is the challenges of like one or the other? Well, I can understand the other one because you gotta dig your own pocket. But so like with the nonprofit, like what is the challenges? Because like starting it and then to where you at, because I'm sure it wasn't like an easy process to.
No, it was never. It was not easy. The thing is, though, my only advice for anybody who wants to start a nonprofit, I will ask them is, do you have the passion for what you want to do,
Okay.
right? That's the first thing you need to ask yourself. Do you have the passion? Do you have the time? And if there's no funding, there's no grants, there's no money, can you still move forward and do the work?
Got it.
That's the question you need to ask yourself.
Okay.
Because anybody can have a nonprofit
That's
and put
true.
it out there and say, I have a nonprofit. I know a lot of people who have a
I
nonprofit
think
and they
I know,
don't do nothing.
I think I know a few. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They don't do nothing because they're doing it because they want their name out there, or they're doing it because they want, access to maybe possibly grants and stuff like that. And so when that dries up, the works dries up, right?
Got it.
So you have to ask yourself, do you have a passion? I always have a passion for serving people. I mean, you know me since high school.
Yeah.
I was the kid that will stand up on top of the desk and say, nope, no black kid is gonna sit there, no white kid's gonna sit there. We're gonna integrate, right?
Yeah.
That's been me since I was in, middle school, high school. I always been the one that speaks up, didn't care what's going on.
Oh yeah,
I always
I
been.
remember those days.
I've always been
I,
the advocate.
I used to hide because I don't want to be associated with like, oh, nope, I don't.
I know, because I have always been an advocate since that young. And so this is my passion. It's always been helping kids and helping families. That's always been my passion. So when I started this nonprofit, it was from my passion.
Got it.
So with or without money, it's my passion.
Okay.
And so that's what really drives me is
Yeah.
my passion. I never lost it since middle school.
Yeah, no, that's the key. Yeah, the key word that you said is like the passion part.
It's the passion.
Because that's why I tell like people sometimes when you start something, the thing that is gonna keep you going is passion and discipline.
Yep,
Like if you don't
it
have
is.
those two,
No.
like your why, because like sometimes people be doing things and you ask them what's your why and they can't answer. I was like, yeah, because you're just doing it because you just need something to be done, but you're not doing it for the
For that reason.
what's it called? If you wanna put the dates of when the event and then again where the location, and also I'll have it on the YouTube channel and also on the Facebook channel, so that way you guys could like come to it. So if you want to just remind them one more
Yes,
time.
so the event is called Back to School Connect. Why is it called Back to School Connect? Connect because we want to connect families and children to services, and that's why we call it Back to School Connect. And it's going to be August 22nd, and it's going to be at Jefferson Elementary. And this Back to School Connect is for all Fargo Public School students. So this is not targeting one group of kids. This is not targeting the New American kids. This is not targeting this is targeting the entire kids within our district, because we want to give them that opportunity. We want to remove some of those barriers. The goal is to remove some of those barriers and give the children that opportunity. And we're gonna have a scale cut. It's gonna be out there doing haircuts.
They're doing haircut.
Yeah, so Scale Cut's gonna be out there giving a free haircut, because you know what? That's another thing. You know what I mean? Self-esteem.
Correct.
Just having a kid having their
Start fresh.
haircut, fresh haircut, and going to school and being able to show off that nice haircut and coming back. So we really, really put a lot into this event. It was coming from the passion, and it's coming from understanding, and it's how do we help kids. And so we hope that you can come again. It's August 22nd. It's from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Jefferson Elementary here in Fargo.
All right. Well, if there's anything else you want to leave us behind, let me know. If otherwise, like I said,
No, I just hope to see everybody there. Come out, and there'll be free food, except for the ice cream. So if you have a sweet tooth, mom and dad, sorry, we're not paying for your ice cream, but we're gonna pay for your kids.
oh, okay.
So the kids can get free ice cream, but just not the adults.
Oh, okay. I mean, the adults, they could afford it.
Yep.
So yeah, like I said, thank you again for coming through. Don't worry, next time you come through, don't hit it. Next time you come through, what's it called? I'm gonna grill you and whatnot. And again, to the subscribers, I want to say thank you guys for continuing doing what you guys are doing, for sharing, liking, comment, and come support the event. And then until then, thank you again. Okay, I can't even speak. Thank you guys again, and see you until next time.